Before he meets with the assembled media, John Mozeliak kind enough to join us. It is now 38 minutes and the trade deadline is come and gone. And Mo, you make a big deal. You get first and foremost, talk about this one, John Lackey coming to St. Louis.
You know, a lot happened over the last 48 hours. And when you think back, it all started with the Masterson deal, really. Because when we were able to acquire him and not have to give up pitching to get him, it then freed up us to look at different opportunities that might be out there. And Lackey is somebody that we've had some interest in the past. We certainly felt like we had some pieces that would allow us to acquire him, but we needed the Masterson deal to happen first. And so once those dominoes fell, we were able to do it. And I would say that it's never easy trading players from a major league club because, as you know, you're around the club every day. It does become a pretty tight-knit group. And this team has been through a lot over the last 3 years. We've had a lot of success together, and there's that bond that starts to build. But I have to also sort of look at this in terms of where we're going and how we can get there. And when you look at how our rotation sets up, not only tomorrow but also next year, it's going to be strong, and it'll allow us to do some other things as well now.
How tough was it to give up Craig and Kelly?
It was difficult. I mean, both guys I would consider friends. I'm sure they're not thrilled with me today because they liked being here, and I think that's a compliment to this organization. People don't want to leave. Frankly, people want to join it, and that's a good thing. But days like today are never easy.
What's it mean for Oscar Taveras going forward now and potential playing every day?
Well, you look what was happening out there in right field and trying to balance that. I couldn't imagine how difficult it was for someone like Mike Matheny because you're trying to get Alan Craig going. You're trying to give Oscar some opportunities as a young player. And frankly, neither one were performing at an extremely high level, and it was actually probably putting more pressure on everybody involved. And this should allow that to be alleviated to some degree. But as I've always told you, it's a performance business. So Oscar may get opportunities out there, but he's going to have to play and play well.
Yeah, he did earlier with a 2-run homer, which was good to see. 1-2 the count. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but John Lackey has an option for $500,000 next year. Is that correct?
That is correct.
There was talk that he would potentially say, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to pitch for $500,000. Has that been alleviated, the concern of that?
Yes. Spoke with him and his agent. Obviously, we have what would be referred to as like a good faith agreement, if you will. But clearly for us to do this deal, we wanted him to be a part of our club next year at those dollars.
Masterson is a free agent to be, but tell us why he's the right fit too.
Well, for us, it was someone that I think when you look at his story this past year, it's something that didn't go as he had planned. And I think for him, getting a change of scenery, going right into a very competitive environment, a pennant race, if you will, I think is going to excite him, and I do expect some really good things from him. And I know he's energized with this opportunity, so I think both guys give us a bounce. And hopefully what you see from this club moving forward is a little different look. Obviously with that rotation, it should be a little bit more steady. We won't have to solely rely on Wainwright and Lance Lynn for those key innings, and hopefully now we have 2 additions that can go deeper into games, take a little stress off that bullpen, and then also we still believe in this team offensively, and I know every other week we sort of feel like we're getting close and then we go back down, but hopefully now you'll see a more balanced attack moving forward.
How active will you be now after the deadline? There's still a chance to do some work.
You're right.
In particular offensively.
I've always tried to position the post-trading deadline in terms of the waiver opportunities as being opportunistic. And so, clearly we'll follow that. And if there's something we could do to help build this club, we'll certainly pursue it.
I only get you for a half inning.
I got to run, but it was a pleasure, Danny, as always.
Darn it. I wanted more time, but thanks for coming in.